Hey everybody, Omar here, the Knife Shark Guy, and I am back with another fun-filled video for you. And today's video, we're going to be doing another unboxing of this knife right here. This is another interesting offering from Spyderco, my favorite production knife company. So, let's go ahead and get right into this. So this knife is one that I lied to you about. I said I was going to do an unboxing on it next week, but guess what? I actually have it. I was just kind of lazy, and I didn't feel like I was going to do the unboxing, but after doing the Chokwe, I decided to go ahead and pop this guy out. So let's go ahead and bring him out. So as you guys know, I did the unboxing on the Spyderco Chokwe, so now we're going to do the unboxing of the Spyderco Watu, which is the follow-up knife to that discontinued piece. So basically they took the qualities of the Chokwe knife, and I'm going to bring the Chokwe out again in a little bit so we can take a look at the size for this knife and the difference between the two. So this is the Spyderco Watu. A lot of this knife has been upgraded from the Chokwe, including the pocket clip. Everybody loves this pocket clip. I love this pocket clip, the wire pocket clip on it. They have replaced the G10 with carbon fiber inlay. Carbon fiber inlay. So if I take a look at the camera, you can see there's a line. I don't know if you can tell with my fingernail, but right from about here, you know, the very, very tip of that layer is carbon fiber. The difference in the color you can see is all G10 underneath. And then there's the titanium liner right there. So basically they've retained the same look with the two holes. So this basically, it's the same knife sized down. They put carbon fiber on both sides of the knife, so now we've got a liner lock as opposed to a frame lock on the Chokwe. They put down the on the Spyderco wire clip, which actually makes the see-through hole effect even look nicer than on the Chokwe, where they had the horrible Spyderco clip covering the hole, so you couldn't really enjoy the aesthetic value of what they did, whereas here you actually can. The steel on this knife is CV20, so let's go ahead and do the overall specs of this knife. So the overall length of the knife is 7.35 inches. The blade length is 3.26 inches. The steel, as I said before, is CPM 20 CV super steel, same as CTS 204P and M390. If you take a look at your metallurgy chart, you'll see they're exactly the same steel. Slight properties changed very, very little. The closed length of this knife is 4.17 inches. The edge length of the knife is 2.92, so that'll be the cutting edge of the knife. The weight of the knife is roughly 3 ounces, and the clip position is tip up on both sides, the lock side of the knife and the show side of the knife, so that's pretty cool. The grind on this knife is the ever famous Spyderco's flat grind. And the most, and the supposedly the best and disappointing feature of the knife, at least for my own personal taste, was the compression lock. I'll explain why. I've never owned a compression lock before. This is my first knife owning a compression lock. And I gotta say, I've like flipped the Paramilitary 2 thousands of times in the store. And, you know, not thousands, but, you know, at least enough to say that I enjoyed the compression lock. But the Spyderco Watu takes away from it. It just pisses me off because I'm such a fan of knife flicking that they've actually took away the most enjoyable thing about a knife for me. But it doesn't mean that I'm going to give the knife, that I'm going to sell the knife. But it is a downer for me, at least for right now. But me being a a knife flicker, I'll find a way around it so that I can enjoy the compression lock feature on the knife. So I'm going to show you what I'm talking about before I continue on with the rest of the video. Actually, you know what? Why don't we just go ahead and do some size comparisons first? We're a little off guard here, so let's go ahead and bring out some knives and do some serious size comparisons. So, Spyderco Watu. We'll put it up against first the Chris Reeve Nkosi. So the Nkosi towers over it. So the Watu, obviously, as you can see, is a medium to small size knife. Okay. The Nkosi, how about the Spyderco Bradley knife, which I just did the full review on tonight. Spyderco Bradley. Yeah, again, Bradley towers over. It's nice to see two knives that have carbon fiber inlays on them. Really nice to see that. Spyderco Bradley. Okay, and how about the Spyderco Swish Bowie, the ever-loved Swish Bowie by Marcin Swish. So this is slightly larger. The Swish Bowie is slightly larger than the Watu, but not that much larger. Let's put up against 00562. And finally, how about a knife that the Watu towers over, so you can see that it is a medium-sized knife. So here's the small Chris Reeve Nkosi. Did that? Don't want to count the lanyard, but yeah, there you go. So as you can see, it's actually bigger than the Nkosis, because this really is a small knife, but this is sort of a medium to small size knife. The way the knife is designed, though, it doesn't look like it's a medium sized knife. It looks more like a small knife, but it does. I'm sure it packs quite a punch on there. So for the last size comparison, how about a treat for you guys? Let's put it up against the knife that this knife was evolved to, which is the Chokwe. So I mean, as you take a look at the blade shape on the Chokwe, it's more worn, cliffy looking, I want to say, than the Watu. The Watu's starting to now look more like a clip point rather than a Wharncliffe style blade, just because it starts to curve early on the knife, like right about here it curves early, so that Wharncliffe that you like so much ends like right about here, and then it starts to curve up, so now it looks kind of like a clip point blade, more like a clip point blade than the Chokwe. So, but yeah, you can see how much bigger the Chokwe is as compared to the newer version of the knife, the Watu. So the biggest difference between the two knives is this is obviously a frame lock, and this is a liner lock, which brings me to my original thought, which is the compression lock and why it pains me. So the compression lock, as everybody knows, basically is a lock on the back of the blade instead of a liner lock where you put your hand here and then you move your thumb over into this direction and then you close the blade. The compression lock, the advantage compression lock, is that you never have to have your hand touch the blade at all. Basically, you just pinch this side over here and then the blade will close. Now, the reason that I say I didn't enjoy the compression lock so much because I can't close it all the way, at least not yet. If you notice when I hit the compression lock, here's what happens. So I press the compression lock and I get this. my finger actually stops the blade from closing and enjoying the full closure. So it stops it right about there, and then I have to kind of shake it. I hate that. I want it to fall shut all the way. So in order to get that effect, I actually have to pinch it here and then quickly move my index finger all the way down so that the knife will close down properly on you. And I still haven't mastered it, but I'm pretty sure I will. So, you know, you open it here, and then see, I actually have to stop to slide my finger down, but really it's just a matter of actually pinching farther back on the compression lock so you don't have to worry about it, which I can do, but it does hurt to do that. There you go, it hurts to get that to close. However, I will say this, the knife is just as smooth as the Chokwe. Same thing, you can do the Spyderco thumb flick with the Spidey hole on both hands. There's the middle finger flick, right? Same thing with the lefty if you're a left-handed person, which kind of always amazed me, because if you're a left-handed person, even though this is an ambidextrous knife, how are you going to operate the compression lock? I guess you do it with your thumb if you're a lefty. I'm assuming you can do that. I can't do it. I'm not a lefty, but yeah, there's no way I could do it with my left hand. But it would have to be done with your thumb if you are a left-handed person. Basically, you take the pocket clip and flip it over to the other side, and I don't know, if you're a left-handed guy, maybe you'll be able to open and close it with your thumb without getting your hand in the blade. But like I said, I can't do it because I'm not a lefty, so. The carbon fiber on both sides of the knife offer a really fantastic aesthetic. It's very reflective looking. I mean, if I move my hand back and forth a little bit like that, you know, the light kind of hits it in the right way. It's really very pretty. It's almost kind of psychedelic, right? With that kind of that basket weave look on the carbon fiber. Really love it. Oh, there you go. I closed it all the way without having to stop it. The holes in the knife are much more aesthetically pleasing because the wire clip allows you to see through the holes, so that's kind of nice. As opposed to the Chokwe, I'll bring that out again. I mean, take a look at that. The pocket clip on the other side basically covers, you know, the aesthetic value, so that's, you know, pretty much out the window. As far as the aesthetics go, you can only enjoy them from the show side. So, ergonomically, same thing with the original Chokwe. Same thing with the original version of the knife, the Chokwe. The ergos are fantastic on it. The pocket wire clip does not dig into my hand. They have kept the same look somewhat on the open construction. However, on the Chokwe, you know, you've got like just the two screws. Over here on the Watu, they've actually added a third screw, which I'm not sure that was absolutely necessary. They could have just like not put this screw there. Just get rid of that screw, right? Maybe move this screw a little bit more towards the middle to, you know, kind of give it a little bit more of an aesthetic look, but it would actually look just like its original counterpart, with just only two screws, which is kind of weird because this is a smaller knife, and you don't really necessarily need to have, you know, the other two standoffs there, but, you know, whatever, it was a design choice. I'm not saying it's, you know, sell it time because of the two standoffs instead of the three standoffs instead of just two, but, you know, whatever, it was a design choice, and the knife still is just as awesome. Like I said, 90% of the knife is the compression lock, as far as the attractiveness of using it. You know, like I said, if you're a knife flicker like myself, there you go, I did it again. I'm starting to get it now. You know, you're going to want to, you know, flick a knife all the time. If you're a knife flicker like me, you're going to find yourself doing that a lot. The size of this knife, I wish I had a Delica. I don't have a Spyderco Delica, but it turns out that this knife is exactly the same size as a Delica. So, again, like the Chokwe, you can see this as sort of the ethnic version of the Paramilitary 2, we can look at this as sort of the ethnic version of the Delica. There you have it. As being part of the ethnic series. So, like I said, you know, the ethnic series knives, they don't really get a lot of attention. They basically are made for more artistic, to give Spyderco more of an artistic hit as far as aesthetics go, rather than use, because no matter what knife Spyderco makes, in my opinion, most of their knives are fairly well thought out with, you know, maybe, you know, quite a few tweaks to the overall design of the knife. Sometimes there's something that's off on it. In this case, it was the compression lock. I mean, I can't see that. That would piss me off every time. So, you know, maybe what they need to do is, I don't know, take this portion of the knife and maybe not have it hit your finger. So it'd have to be a little bit flatter so you can enjoy the compression feature the way you want to. So, you know, like I said, for me, I've never even owned a compression lock knife. This is my very first one. I know everybody out there screaming, well, Omar, you should have got yourself paramilitary too. You'd be happy by now. You're probably right, but, you know, me being a South African fan, I had to get the Watu because it is South African influenced, you know, like the Spyderco Dayhorn and, you know, whatever other South African knives Spyderco puts out that are South African influenced. But in any case, there you have it, the unboxing of the Spyderco Watu. The knife, like the Spyderco Chokwe, is made in, I forgot to mention that, the knife is made in their Taiwan Taichung factory. You know, definitely a factory that puts out high quality stuff all the time, so there's no shoddy action at all. Not, at least I haven't experienced it in any of the knives that I have bought. It's just really high marks for quality in that factory. A few years ago, you know, maybe going back about 10 years, everybody was in, because Zero Tolerance just came out, you know, in 2012 when they first came out, everybody was like, gotta buy American, and then all of a sudden everyone said, well, any knives made not in America, I don't want them. But obviously that, you know, that view has now since changed. So there you have it, the Spyderco Watu, and like the Spyderco Chokwe, I will be giving a full review on both of these knives at a later date when I get a chance to actually, you know, use them. Maybe I'll take a trip or do something, I don't know, pandemic-y with them, I don't know, whatever. You know, get some serious use out of them. I will come back with a full review on both of these, but for now, it's just a simple unboxing, a quick overview on the knife, on both these knives. So there you have it, the Spyderco Watu, the upgraded version of the Chokwe. So just to make it clear, this knife used to be this knife, and they said we got to make it better, so they came out with the better version of the same knife scaled down with different materials on it, and quite a few aesthetic enhancements done to it. So you know, once again, the linear, I forgot to mention the linear look of the knife. There's like practically no curves, or the curves on the knife seem to hit only in an ergonomic sense. You know, like if I hold up the knife, you see that this knife has a curve. You know, so it's ergonomically perfect, aesthetically. So it's basically, it's curved ergonomically is what I'm trying to say, and angular for aesthetics. How about that? This is the Spyderco Watu. Check it out. If you get a chance, you can definitely pick one of these up on eBay or on Amazon. Definitely check them out, or check them out at the Spyderco website if you so choose. This is Omar, the Knife Shark Guy, signing off, giving you a quick unboxing of this guy. Like I said, I'll go out and do a full review at a later date. Spyderco Watu, this is Omar, the Knife Shark Guy, signing off, hoping you'll find this fantastic new version of this knife in your collection someday soon. Thank you so much for watching. This is Omar, the Knife Shark Guy, signing off. Have a fantastic Labor Day weekend. Stay safe, wear a mask, and vote.